Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about tonight? Well, Street Fighter 6 is coming out with, or came out with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle DLC costumes. Now, these costumes are just costumes, so they're not new fighters. They're just costumes, and they go over your avatar. And we reviewed Street Fighter 6, and one of the things that you can do in there is create your own avatar and then use that avatar in the World Tour mode and avatar battles and some other menu options. But you'll be able to get these costumes, put them on your avatar and play in those modes, but you can't use these avatars in competitive multiplayer matches. So it's just, with your avatar and doing different avatar stuff. However, each costume for each turtle, there's 4 turtles, right? So each costume costs $15 a pop for each one. So basically that's about, they do like every other game does where they have, a coin or some sort of currency in game that you have to convert your money into. All these live services that have a shop like that have something like this. In this case, they have fighter coins. So you basically, each costume costs 750 fighter coins. But of course you can't, just like every other game that's like this, you can't buy 750 fighter coins outright. You have to buy 610 fighter coins for $12. And then you have to buy the 250 fighter coins for an extra $5. So that gives you enough to then go ahead and buy yourself a turtle costume. So roughly you would need pretty much around 3,000 fighter coins to buy all of the costumes. The cheapest way to do it, they say, is to basically fork out $50 for 2,750 coins and then an extra $5. So $55 in all to buy all of the coins. So you're basically paying almost the price of the game to buy 4 costumes. So, like I said, you can't use them in competitive play or anything like that. It's like avatar battles, the World Tour mode, in the lobby, stuff like that. Which, surprisingly, this is more expensive than buying a DLC character. They did come out with a DLC character, which costs 350 fighter coins. So that's definitely cheaper than the turtle costumes, which seems odd that would be cheaper. You would think an extra fighter would be more expensive, but it's not. And people are not happy about this. And it's understandable, right? That's a lot of money for just costumes or skins in a game. I mean, we're seeing this trend happen a lot lately, especially around Diablo with their $25 skins. Now we have Street Fighter with their, $15 to $20 skins. Destiny 2 has some expensive skins in their shop and everything like that. So all these games, but the problem is that I see is people may complain about them, but people will still buy them. And that's why these companies continue to do these things, because if people didn't buy them, they would stop doing this stuff. But people go out and buy them, even though they are overly expensive. They'll at least buy one costume, right? And one costume's enough. And they want everyone to buy all 4, but one costume's enough. So it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of people on Twitter that were pretty mad about this. And it makes sense that they would be. But again, if the buyer doesn't do something about that by not buying these things, and not buying their DLCs and stuff, and they're not their DLCs, but their skins and crap like that, then the company will stop doing things like this. But they can get away with these $15 skins because people will go out and buy them anyway, right? Maybe not the people complaining, but enough people will go out and buy them that they can then charge $15 to $20 on another skin down the line, right? When they have another crossover. But, it's shady stuff. Pat, what do you think about all this turtle shenanigans?
I understand where people are coming from, that it's it is around the right price, right, for that. I mean, they'll go on sale probably, right, eventually. But the biggest problem is that you're paying for $15 skin that only you can see because you can't take it into multiplayer, right? Or the ranked or anything like that. First thing is first, I will first admit I don't play this game. I like Street Fighter, but I'm not that big of a Street Fighter fan. I would rather play Street Fighter on an arcade or something like that, but I am not the biggest. I have played it, but I am not the biggest player, and I don't keep playing. I haven't played in a long time. I haven't played since it came out. So, it's just not my cup of tea. I would prefer to play it in an arcade with friends. I'm not a huge just play by myself through campaign or whatever they may have. So, one of the things that's kind of funny to me is that the article that we have from IGN talks about how you can get the coins through gameplay, which from everything I know, you can't get fighter coins in the game. I think there might be some in like the season pass thing, right? But from what I understand, there's not even enough to recoup the cost of buying that. So you're at negative right there. You're at a break even point or a negative point. So that's kind of a moot point in my opinion, unless you were already going to get it, but still it's not enough to buy all the skins. But my biggest problem is, yes, game companies release a full price game and then microtransaction the hell out of it. My opinion, you get one or the other. You don't get both. Release it for free. Skins all you want, do the Fortnite method, right? I read in the article how they're trying to get to 10,000 player base or 10 million, excuse me, not 10,000, 10 million player base. But in my opinion, here's a great way that you're never going to get 10 million players when all you're doing is pissing off your players. Because I think it sold 2 million copies and they want to get more than 10 million. This is obviously not the way to do it. Now, might be cooler if they introduced the Ninja Turtles as DLC characters, right? Because I understand the DLC characters are cheaper than this. And the whole thing about having to buy the amount of coins, like Nick was saying, to get it, you have to buy more coins than the actual characters cost if you wanted all four of them or even one of them. So that's a bunch of horseshit. They're doing that stuff on purpose. And I believe Destiny has started doing something very similar to where you have to buy, if you want like season pass, it's going up. You have to buy more than the standard amount to get to it. It used to be like $10 and now it's like 12 or something like that, 10.99 or 11.99. I can't remember what they pushed it up to, but you're buying $10 increments. And I guess, it's just dumb. It's money hungry and a power grab. And I was rooting for Capcom because they have started delving back into their old catalogs and pushing out some of the cooler stuff that they hadn't touched in like years. In the past, 4 years, they've been pushing out, like they've been doing a lot of their old stuff, going back into their catalog and doing a great job. And then they do some stupid bonehead move like this. They're wanting a live service game, but I don't think a fighting game is that right for them. I mean, do you know a good single good fighting game that's a live service game out there right now that has a large player base? Because I sure don't. I know
there's a lot of fighting games that still have a pretty large player base, but I don't know if they're live services, right? There's things like Mortal Kombat, but I don't think it's a live service. They came out with DLC and stuff like that. And it's still being played and competitively played, but not.
Do they run like live seasons and stuff like that?
No.
See, I'm not a huge fighter game, but I think
Street Fighter might be the first one, and someone can let us know down in the comments if there's another one. Might be the first one that has a battle pass as far as a fighting game goes. I can't think of another one off the top of my head that has a battle pass. But Street Fighter,
I think they're calling it like they're kind of doing the same thing Ubisoft was by calling it like a year one pass or something like that, aren't they? I can't remember the term they use for it, but like I said,
like that.
Don't listen to me because I don't play these games that often. But me as a gamer, this stuff pisses me off because it's double dipping. You released a full price dang game, and now you're like, give us $15 more. Diablo is pissing me off because of that, and there's got some skins that are $25. If anybody should be pissed off, it's that. I mean, but at least other people get to see your skin, right? Or whatever,
Well,
This
I mean,
game,
they can see them in Street Fighter. They can see your Leonardo ones if you go into
but
the
not
lobby.
competitive, right?
Right, not during competitive, but like if you go into the lobby and do an avatar fight, or while you're in the lobby, or if you're in the lobby and do an avatar fight, then they would be able to see it. But otherwise, no.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how much this stuff goes on, how much avatar fights are going on, or people are just doing competitive or ranked matches or something like that. But it's stupid. Just release the Ninja Turtles as DLC characters and call it good. Obviously, players want that. They just don't want no skin for it. But I don't know. $15 to me is too much for a skin. $5 is almost too much for a skin, in my opinion. Any amount for a microtransaction for a full price game is too much for me. It's long gone in the game are the days like Fortnite, even though Fortnite's making money hand over fist, and League of Legends and stuff like that, where you can play the game entirely for free. If you want to fast track to getting some skins or getting some of those rare skins, in Fortnite, you pay for them or you don't. Like League of Legends, you can unlock characters by playing more. Things like that seems like it's long gone. The whole double dipping thing is the most annoying crap in the world to me. Don't release a $60 game and then expect me a 60 or 70, depending on where it's at, game these days, and expect me to then shell out $15 or 10 or 20 more dollars within the first couple of months it's out, or even the first year it's out, in my opinion, to say, okay, time for the new season, time for the new year one pack, time for the new year, whatever. And be like, it's time for you to take a hike and choke on this no money you're going to get from me, because I do not participate in that crap anymore. Destiny has gotten to the point to where I don't even play anymore, because it's like every time I turn around, it's a new season, new cosmetics, new this, new that, and it's not a free game. I mean, you can get in the base level of the game for free, but you want the latest expansion, you're paying for it. And we're not talking like $10 or something. We're talking like 30 to 50, depending on which one it is. And if you're getting the latest, it's more pricey, right? So game companies are getting greedy and just double dipping. And until gamers like us or everybody out there stops giving them the money, they're going to keep doing it. I wish gamers would have enough gall to just say, I'm not paying. It's hard enough to say, I don't want to buy your game because DLC, because there's some really good games out there, not DLC, but cosmetics and microtransactions. It's hard enough to boycott that, because you're like, I really want to play just the base game. And they'll just keep putting microtransactions in there, thinking that, they may not net the majority of people, but they'll net a chunk, a percentage, whether that's 1%, 5%, 25%, 30, 50, or whatever percent of people who buy microtransactions. If you don't participate, they only get 1% additional revenue from it. They're still going to do it, right? Because that 1% is better than no percent. So really the only way that we'll ever fix this as gamers is if we stop buying anything they put out, and then they'll get the hint, or they won't, and they'll go the way of the dodo. I wholeheartedly believe that's what the only way to fix this, is to do that. But there's too many games out there that just are great on their own, but then want to charge you more for a microtransaction. I would want to play that game, but I don't want to participate in their microtransaction. Like Diablo. I wanted to play that game, but I don't want to participate in their microtransaction garbage. It really annoys the crap out of me that now seasons, you could do seasons without it, but you're not going to get some of the extra items from the season, because those are locked behind the season journey now that you have to pay for to get the bottom tier of that journey, or the extra tier, the whatever they call their tiers now, when it used to always just be free. Participate, run, get your stuff. Cool. You beat it, you get your stuff. Now it's like, you could participate and you get some of the items, but some of the better stuff's locked behind the paywall. It is what it is. These companies are just getting greedy, and they're going to ruin the gaming industry, not the gamers at this point. I used to think gamers were going to be the ones that ruin the industry, because some gamers are just a bunch of jackasses and just want to watch the world burn, and complain and bitch about anything. But now the gaming companies have basically said, hold my beer. I'm going to one up you, and one up you by charging you $80 for a game. And then I'm going to start charging you $15 a skin. or whatever, the season pass or year one pass or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's the same thing, but it's paid for participation or paid for extra stuff from the season. That's my rant. I could beat this dead horse all night long, but it really pisses me off. And I will never give Street Fighter 6. I will never give Capcom my money for a skin in a game, even though as much as I'd really want to go back and play it as the Ninja Turtles, I'm not piecemealing additional characters. These characters were probably 90% developed before the game came out, or they probably got some, who knows what they've got working in their development tools. They probably got AI tools and they just skin it now. And it takes them no time at all to develop this and put it into use and QA it and push it out the door. And then they're going to charge $15 a freaking skin. And the Ninja Turtles are all the damn same except for the color of their bandanas, right? I don't know how in depth their skins are or costumes are, but I mean, it's probably that simple for them that they've already got a process lined out and something like that in place. But I don't know, man. I'm really annoyed with this stuff, and I just opt out anymore. But I'm only one person. I have not bought a single DLC character. I have not bought their year one pass, and I will not buy any skins from them. But I also don't participate in like Fortnite, so that's really no skin off their back from somebody like me. It takes more fighting game people like Nick and Shane to say, no, well, I'll buy your game, but I'm not buying your DLC. And maybe they won't put so much effort into that as that's what it goes. But I will admit, like me and Nick were talking about, Mortal Kombat has a following and they put out new skins and new players, and all these fighting games do it and it works for them. So it probably will never die because they've already got a market here. But in my opinion, skins game needs to go away unless it's a free game. The microtransaction skins are just a stupid thing. But I'm just one person. So what about you, Nick, man? Are you happy? Are you going to buy you some Ninja Turtle skins? Are you going to get all 4?
No, I'm going to get 0. Yeah, it is stupid. And like you said, but it takes a collective to go in there and not purchase these things, right? And that collective is just, I don't think they're going to do it, right? I'm not going to buy any of these things. Like we reviewed, me and Shane reviewed Street Fighter 6, and it's a great game. It's a great fighting game. It really is. I mean, for the base game and what you get, it's great. There's a lot of content. It's a lot of fun. But these microtransaction stuff are just getting out of hand. And it's a la carte, right? It's piecemealing each little thing. You talked about Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat does that too with skins and characters and stuff, but they do packs, right? And that's a little bit better. I mean, they're still, but I mean, the packs are like you get, so many, skins and maybe some additional characters and once they kind of piecemeal things out like that, like pack 1 and pack 2 and things like that. And then, if you wait long enough, they just collect it all into one big bundle, right? That has everything in it. And then usually it goes on sale at some point and it's super cheap. So you could pick it up then, but they don't a la carte all the stuff. But Mortal Kombat 1's coming out. So we'll see if that changes. But yeah, for Street Fighter, I mean, it's just a bad thing all around, not just for Street Fighter, but for every game that does it. And we've talked about this before, but other games that are like Fortnite and stuff like that, the biggest difference between those two is there's no barrier for entry, right? Those are free to play games. You just need there's no cost for entry, I should say. You can go and download Fortnite on your Xbox, your PlayStation, your PC, your Switch, or whatever, and play it and not spend a dime. Or you could decide you want a cool skin or something like that and buy the skin or whatever. But I'm more okay with a game that wants to do that with a free to play model than a game that's full priced and then wants to piecemeal you after the fact, right? If Street Fighter 6 was a free to play game and then they decided, hey, here's some skins, you can buy these skins separately, then okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to still, but hey, I mean, it was free, so I can't really complain too much, right? I didn't spend anything on the game. But if I'm going to spend $70 on your game and then you're going to ask me to spend another, what, it was like almost $60 to buy all 4 costumes. So almost the price, just about pretty much the price of the game again, just to buy 4 costumes.
Right.
It's
and
ridiculous.
The DLC that's coming out and is going to have 4 actual characters is $30. The year 1 pass is going to be $30 and it has 4 new fighters. So Fighter Pass, the first year Fighter Pass has 4 characters, 4 new fighters, and it's $30. Granted, I don't think they're as popular as the Ninja Turtles, but the Ninja Turtles aren't fighters; they're just costumes. So,
right,
for your avatar. So I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty shady business practice, but I mean, like I'll use League of Legends as an example. I played a lot of League of Legends back in the day. That was a free to get play game. I had no problem occasionally buying a character or a character pack because I'm like, I want to support the developers, and this is my way of supporting developers. I didn't pay $60 for your game or $50 for your game, so I have no problem paying $15 to $20 for a group of fighters, group of characters, and then and because that's my contribution to them. And if I spent $60 on skins or characters for that game, then I felt like, okay, I helped this developer out because I spent the amount of money I would have spent if I bought it. Now, I will probably admit I probably spent more in League of Legends than even that because I bought a few packs, I bought just different stuff from them over the years. But that was over the course of like years playing the game, not just playing it for 3 months and calling it good, So to me, that amount of money is warranted over the course of 3 years. Now, will Street Fighter 6 last years? I mean, as long as they don't shut the servers down, players can come back in and enjoy their skins. But what's to say the game doesn't? I mean, I don't know what their servers are like. Are they hosting the multiplayer servers, or is it like a peer-to-peer system for fighters? I don't know how that works. So
I'm not sure.
If they shut down because they run a lobby, right? So the lobby is probably not just shared lobby, so they're hosting that. If they decide after a year they can't afford to run this anymore and shut it down, then you're back to playing by yourself. And, and I guess you could keep fighting by yourself if you wanted to, but then at the point, you spent all this money, so I don't know. I just have a big problem with double dipping, and this game is horrible about double dipping. And they're not the only one either. Diablo's horrible about it. A lot of the big players out there. EA is like the god of freaking double dipping and triple and quadruple dipping. They catch you coming and going every which way, and which just goes to show you, the way it goes. There's always a bigger fish out there, but I just think that this one is ruffling feathers because the DLC for $30 is offering you 4 actual new characters, and I'm pretty sure there's some other stuff included in that DLC. I don't know what year 1 includes, but I know for sure that it comes with 4 new fighters, half the cost, and they're not skins, they're actual fighters. So I'm pretty sure that's why it's ruffling feathers. Package all the turtles up for $20, you probably won't have a problem, but you'll have a problem for me because I won't buy it.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it either. But yeah, if you packaged them all up for $20, I bet you would probably get a lot more people buying them than $15 a piece. It's still overly priced for skins, but you would get a lot more people going, okay, yeah, $20 for 4 skins, I can do that. But yeah, I mean, that's their first year 1 pack is the cost of 2 turtles, right? So it's crazy, and you get more. You get 4 fighters that you'll actually be able to use in ranked play and other areas of the game, right? And the avatar stuff is a cool aspect of Street Fighter 6. But like, if I'm going to go, I mean, this is for me personally. It could be different for other people out there. But if I'm going to play Street Fighter 6, I mean, I probably won't play competitively because I'm not that great at fighting games. But if I'm going to play like, if I want to sit there and fight my buddy, like me and Shane or me and Pat want to get on there and fight each other, I'm not going to do it with my avatar. I'm going to do it with the characters that are in the game, right? Because that's what I want to, pick Guile or Ken or Ryu or something like that and beat each other up. I don't want to pick like my goofy looking dude, right? I don't want to do that. And that's just me personally, right? Other people are different. So, it is what it is. But this type of practice needs to stop, but I don't see it stopping anytime soon. It all started with horse armor, and look where we've gotten. So that's what Oblivion, look what you've done. But anyway, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
Nope. Stamp out double dipping.
That's right. Stamp it out. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Let us know down in the comments. What do you think? What do you think about companies double dipping, having you buy the game and then selling these exorbitant skins, right? I mean, there's some things that are, it's all pricey. Even the year one pass for $30 is a little much, I feel like, but you are getting a lot there. So if you feel like that's good for you, then that might work out for you in that case. But let us know what you think down in the comments. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.